blame the trade unions.
Well, let's talk to our political correspondent, Tom Harwood, who's here. Morning to you, Tom.
Good morning.
Has to be said, this isn't actually very good reading for the government, is it?
It's certainly not, no. It's very, very different from the historical context we've seen with other strikes. Now, if we think back to some of the seismic strikes that happened under Margaret Thatcher's premiership, for example, in 1984, the miners' strike was only supported by 33% of the population. Many more people on the side of the government in that dispute. Well, it's entirely reversed this time around. When it comes to those walking out at the moment in our poll, we can see 33% on the side of the government rather than those going on strike. So it's a really difficult situation, really, for everyone to find themselves in. I think everyone is feeling the cost of living pressures that we're seeing right now. And the issue is that if you look at it through one side of the ledger, clearly people feel like everything's going up. People need to have these pay rises just to stay afloat, just to stay level with where they were before. The trouble is there's another side to the ledger as well. It's hospitals that have to pay more for all of their services as well. Hospitals have to pay more for keeping the lights on, for heating. They have to pay more for a lot of the equipment that they're getting and all the rest of it. The inflation is seeping money away from the other side of their budgets, as well as these demands for pay increases. So if there is more money that goes on wages, that's less money that can go on other parts of the health system, for example. Or if we look at, for example, the railways, there are 40% fewer people commuting this year compared to before the pandemic. So there's less money going into the railways. There's less funding through rail tickets being sold. And that's less money to keep people's wages where they were, let alone to increase them. So ultimately, this comes down to the dire economic straits that we and many other countries in the Western world are in. There is no money.
OK, Tom, stay with us.